stuck here. The cops won't bother me.
So my friend James, he's got, I think last time he rode, it was actually 3 years ago, and I was doing my ride cross country too. And we probably missed each other by just a few states. And he started out riding his Triumph Tiger, and I think his Triumph Tiger broke down in the middle of the ride, and then he bought some other bike, I forgot what it was. And now he's riding cross country on a KTM 700 something, I don't know, I lose track of the KTMs. And that bike looks, I would love, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I would love to have a KTM Adventure, Enduro, whatever, because I'd like to ride more off-road. I just can't afford it. I can't afford, and I can't justify spending that sort of money on a bike. It's just really expensive for me, and I know I could probably sell it when I come back, but I tend to keep bikes a little bit longer these days. And my thing nowadays is like, don't get sucked into the game of just buying things and then trading them up. I'm completely fine with the V-Twin from the Suzuki. It's such a good bike, and I kind of like the idea of, I want to make a right here. I like the idea of having a bike that normally people don't like these days, and just going on adventures. And it's also very subtle, and a lot of times it's good to have a bike that is just very economical, doesn't require a lot of maintenance, and is very familiar to you, because to me the experience of riding to new places is more important than the bike itself. Now, I would love to try different bikes and ride cross country, and if anybody in the United States here wants me to ride a bike to California from DC, I'm more than happy to do it. But I just can't afford the big bikes. You know, I can't afford the GS's and stuff like that. But I also take great pleasure from knowing that my cheap little V-Strom is just as good as any of those bikes. Maybe not off-road, but the type of off-roading I do is most likely just gravel roads. And for that, this bike, even with the dark side tire, is extremely good. It's not all about being fast. Everybody thinks that going really fast is what people need, and they're always trying to convince you to go to the track. But riding, to me, is not about riding fast. It's about the experience of riding. So you could ride really fast, but a good rider is not just fast. He's extremely smooth, to the point of almost looking like he's going extremely slow. And I've met a lot of those guys, and it's some of the most dangerous type of riders is that they're so smooth that they give you a false sense of security when you like ride with them, because they go into these corners and they're not making any like aggressive moves, but they just kind of fall into the corner, and you try it and you're like, oh shit, I gotta slow down. But it's kind of like boxing, martial arts. As soon as you start riding with them, you know exactly where you stand as a rider. And what I found in the DC metro area, there's a lot of bad riders. I think most people are very bad. And it's not that they can't be better, it's that their ego kind of gets in the way.